welcome back. It's Shelby and today we are going to make a cute little trinket tray. So I am making a melted plastic kind of tray, and it's going to be like a little bowl in this beautiful blue color. Check that out. So these are actually not beads. Oftentimes for melted plastic crafts I will use beads like I did for my mirror craft. I did like a colorful frame for like a little mirror for the bathroom. I will link that video above and down in the description if you want to check it out. But that time I used beads, and this time I'm using vase fillers. I actually have used these before, so I know they work really well for crafts like these. But I love this color. Like, isn't that the most beautiful blue? It's like almost like a cerulean. I don't know if it's coming in with the lights. I've got like a weird lighting situation as always, but yeah, you can get these at the craft store, and they just kind of look like little chunks of broken glass, but they're plastic, and they melt down really well, and they retain this gorgeous color. So that is what we're doing today. I'll link everything you need down in the description below, along with my socials. If you like the video, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Let's get going. First things first, we need to preheat the oven to about 425 degrees. There we go. Next up, go ahead and get a piece of foil and just lay out a few of the pieces of plastic, either vase fillers or beads or anything else that you want to use that's the right color. And yeah, you don't need a whole lot. I'm not making a giant tray, just something to like hold my rings or necklaces or something. So that's about good, and get it in a rough circular shape. It's gonna melt out kind of like cookie dough, so it's gonna expand in the shape you leave it in. All the little holes are gonna fill themselves in, so don't worry about that. And that is about perfect. So once the oven heats up, we're gonna pop that in there until they melt. All right, I just popped my vase fillers into the oven, and we're gonna let those chill for however long they need. But I'm gonna start with 10 minutes just so I remember to check on them. So this is my melty blob of blue plastic vase fillers. Isn't the color gorgeous? So basically this just came out of the oven, and I'm going to let it cool until it hardens, and then we will work on the shape from there. But yeah, it looks pretty good. All the little bubbles remained in there, but it just gives some cool texture. And I'm not worried about making it a circle because it's not going to be a perfect circle at the end. That's not the goal. So just leave it whatever shape it comes out, but all of the little holes in between the beads has been filled in. The plastic is melted in, so it's nice and kind of solid as one piece. So I'm gonna let that cool and we will come back to it. So the beads are all dry, and I'm going to peel them off. This is what we have. Semi-transparent blue, kind of thick and bubbly in the center, but that's okay. The edges are a little sharp, but that's all right. We're going to change that. And then I have this, which basically is just a long, skinny vase. I use it to hold coffee stir sticks. And I'm going to tip it upside down in the oven and just put my soon-to-be trinket tray on top, and then pop it back in to the 425-degree oven. What that's going to do is to melt it again, and it's going to start kind of dripping down the edges while maintaining that shape in the center. The center is still thicker than the edges. The edge beads kind of melted out quite a bit more. You can see that it's retained some of the bubbling here, whereas this is completely flat. So the edges are going to drip down both for the center, and it's going to create a lovely little shaped bowl with like these beautiful dripping edges. So back into the oven it goes. I'm going to put the foil down on the rack first just to catch any drips. There shouldn't be any, but just in case. Okay, so here is our setup. We have the foil, the vase, and on top there, just hanging out, is our melted beads. The vase is upside down so that it's a nice flat surface under the beads. They're not going to melt into the vase. And I'm going to check out how that's doing in 6 minutes. Okay, 6-minute check-in. This is what it's looking at. It is starting to melt a little bit, getting that nice round shape. Not quite dripping yet, which is perfect, but you can see the effect I'm going for. It's got the nice flat base that is going to round out a bit more as well as the plastic continues to melt. And the little sides are starting to form these beautiful dropping patterns that I wanted. So I'm going to keep it in there, and we'll check on it in another 4 minutes. All right, another 6 minutes and we are good to go. That is exactly what I want it to look like. So I'm going to pull it out of the oven and we will let it cool down. Okay, so it is out of the oven and drying on the rack and still way too hot to touch. So I'm not even going to attempt to touch the plastic because that will definitely like adhere to my fingers and hurt really bad. But I'm gonna spin it around so you can kind of see what we're looking at. I used a vase that goes straight down because I've had issues with this in the past where it curves in even slightly, and it is a nightmare and a half to get the plastic off of it. So straight down or just like bowing out is kind of the only way to do it, or pull it out of the oven before it like fully adheres all the way down and starts melting as far as this one did. This one melted down a little bit further than I was anticipating there. Right here is kind of what I was going for. So I might have left it in the oven even a little bit too long. It was in there for about 10 minutes to remelt, but I don't know, maybe I should have done 7 or 8. But it looks really good. As soon as it cools down, I'm going to just kind of wiggle it off the glass. It should come off pretty easily, and we will see what we end up with. All right, guys, we are all finished. It is off. What do you think? How cute is this? Like, look at this cute, tiny little trinket thing. It's amazing. So it's a little bit deeper than I anticipated. Obviously I was going for kind of a more shallow tray with like the plastic kind of more out like that, like, you know, more like maybe flower leaves rather than like a full flute, but this is really cute too. I do still love the color. I think it looks like a drop of water, like water splashing down and then just kind of like whoo, popping back up. So I love it. I think it's super, super cute, really adorable. It's plastic, like it's not going anywhere, it's not doing anything, it's gonna hold its shape, and this is an adorable little addition to the countertop or the bathroom or the vanity. So yeah, pretty easy to make, pretty relatively quick to make. I mean, cooling time, oven heating, it did take, you know, about an hour, but the actual cooking time, not so much. So yeah, these are fun, just little crafts to do if you're in the mood for new little bowls, trays, anything. Melted plastic beads are a cool way to make those. So you can do all sorts of different colors, customizations. They're awesome. But I hope you liked this video and this project. If you did, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I do love hearing from you guys. Consider subscribing if you want to see more DIY craft tutorials, life experiences, whatever I put on this channel. I would love to see you here again. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.